In this video, I want to show you what I believe to be a, let's call it, trick to reduce human error, increase efficiency, and make Google Tag Manager more inviting for those that aren't and don't wish to be, or even those that do wish to be but are trying to save time, technically efficient. So, all I have set right now is, let me hop over to the Tags tab. I just have Google Analytics tag firing on this particular website here. Some basic interaction that I've shown how to track before, a mail-to-click, tel-click, and a map click, all stuff you may want to track as events and possibly goals in Google Analytics. I know exactly what triggers those. You can look at your source code and figure out all of this information. This is not beyond those who are technically savvy, but it does give a foot in the door to those who maybe not so much. Now, I'm going to put an overlay to show exactly the difference between setting up this, called again, trick versus not. So I'm going to go over here to the top right next to the red publish, and I'm going to preview and debug, open up the preview, and in the same browser, and Google Chrome handles this well, Firefox does as well. Not all browsers handle this overlay well. So now you can see my overlay, tags fired on this page, that universal analytics tag, again it fires on all pages. Exactly what I want. It's the only tag in the account. Now what I want you to listen for here is, I don't know if you hear that, that's my mouse clicking. Nothing's showing up under summary. That doesn't give us any insight as to what I'm clicking, so I would literally have to inspect element, view source, otherwise figure out what's there to build my trigger and track the interaction. Not that I want to track the interaction of just clicking, just an example, but let's say I click on map clicks. Again, nothing shows up here. I have no context as to what happened, what passed the data layer, and what to track. So let me hop back to Google Tag Manager. We're going to go to triggers, create a new trigger, and let's call this trigger all clicks. So this is the trick here. You want all clicks trigger because you want to see what you're clicking on at all times to be able to review the data layer. So I named it all clicks, choose event, click. Targets, you can do just links if you want to just track link clicks. I'm doing all elements, continue, all clicks. Self-explanatory there, it's all click tag. Now that I have that in place, I need to refresh my preview window. So I'm going to do what I did before, over on the right, reset my preview window. Some of the times I've been most frustrated with Google Tag Manager is my own stupidity. I didn't refresh that, and of course my changes didn't show live in the overlay. So going back here, it all looks the same fine because I didn't set up a tag. I don't want to set up a tag to fire upon the all click trigger, but what I do want to see under summary, watch what happens when I start clicking. GTM click, GTM click. Now all of these are going to be absolute worthless interaction that you don't want to track, but you can see that if you were to set up a trigger for site main as your click class, this is how you uncover that. That's what I'm getting at here. This brings it to the front exactly what's happening on the back end. Form classes, site main. This would not be available if that all click trigger, you saw that the GTM click summary did not show up by default. Now, map click, let's look at something that actually does something that you may want to track. So let me click on the latest GTM click here. It's custom event, fine. Map click, that's the click text. Simple enough, there's the hyperlink text. You could track the click URL as your trigger. Some unique element to this that makes you track that, or a blanket element that tracks all map clicks, which is what I would recommend. Same thing would happen with the tel. It would show here in your click URL, and the number would be your click text. Makes sense? Let's click on this search here. Alright, let me click the latest. So click text is search. Self-explanatory. Click class is search hyphen toggle. So let's tie this to a Google Analytics event, and let's say we want to track the negligible activity of clicking on the search icon. Why? Because you can, and with this you can easily identify wherever you click because it's just going to show up here. So every time I click, it's adding. I wonder how many of those I could get. Either way, let me put the kid away and get back to work. I want to track search, so that's my latest click is search. Search toggle active, that's my click class. And the click text is search. So either one of those I could set my tag to fire upon. So let's hop back to Google Tag Manager. Let's go to tags. And you can create your trigger first, but it's going to make you create the trigger when you create the tag. So tags on the left, new tag, and this is going to track search clicks. So let's call this search clicks. And what we want to do is Google Analytics, Universal Analytics. Now you'll want to paste your tracking ID here. I've set mine as a variable just because it avoids typos, especially if a lot of people are accessing an account. Track type, you need to go to event. Category, let's just do search. Action, click. I end up with click as a bunch of my actions. Make this whatever you want that's descriptive to you, useful to whomever's viewing the reports in Google. This is going to be in your Google Analytics event report, and then you can then tie it to a goal as a custom event. Not that you want search to be an event, but it may be a good, or sorry, a goal, but it may be a good event to have in Google Analytics. Label, I'm going to set this to click text. That way it's dynamic. So if there were a bunch of searches, the click text, like say one says search cars, homes, whatever, it'll pull in that label, which is click text. And again, with our all click, you know that click text will be search. So let me hit continue there. Fire on, you want to do click. You definitely don't want the all clicks trigger because then you're going to have a bunch of search events. You don't want that. So new trigger, let's go ahead and just name it the same thing, search clicks. And then choose event, click is good there. I'm not even going to click there. We don't want all elements because we're only looking at GTM click. If it was GTM link click, then we do just links. So all elements, fire on, you definitely don't want all clicks again, some clicks. And click classes contains, if I was going to do classes, I would have to do search toggle active. I could also do click text search. I'm afraid search is in multiple elements, so I'm just going to grab this search hyphen toggle. It's not the full thing, remember there's active on there, so we couldn't do equals, but we want to do click classes, which is, again, click classes, search toggle active, contains, and let's just do search hyphen toggle. And create trigger, and then I'm going to create tag based on that trigger, which is a search clicks tag. Now I need to refresh my preview, which is my overlay. And when I refresh this page, let me hop back to the tag. So you see a Universal Analytics, the only one. Let me refresh. Universal Analytics, now tag's not fired. And good, we don't want it fired. We don't want it fired when I'm doing any of this. Just clicking around, we don't want it fired. Even when I click map clicks, none of that I want to fire the search clicks. I only want to fire it when I click the search, and sure enough, voila. It fires when I click search. If I were to hop over to my real-time report in Google Analytics, it would fire that event with the information I provided in that tag, which is search, action, click, label would be whatever that was, search, click, toggle. That's a great way to figure out what is being passed to the data layer. And again, any one of these clicks, you can click on GTM click, variables. So you just need that all click trigger. It's been helpful for me, even though I like getting in the weeds and looking at the source code. This increases efficiency. If people are breathing down your neck to get something done. Hope this helps out. Let me know one way or the other. Have a good one.